So those are two stories I don't think you're going to see on MSNBC. Do you think they're going to cover those stories? Did they? I didn't see it. Did they?
I didn't see it.
I should go. Let's go over to MSNBC's playlist and see if there's any videos about the biggest strike ever in human history. Let's see how many videos they did about that. Now, I don't have an MSNBC contract, Steph.
I don't either.
So I'm free to criticize MSNBC and the media in general.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, here's another case of that. So we've featured this guy before. He's got like over 500,000 followers. Jeez. He works for Vox, right? So you know Vox, right? Vox, they use identity politics to defend neoliberalism. So if you want to defend war, they'll say they'll use a woman to do it. If you want to defend censorship, they'll use a gay guy to do it. If you want to defend any horrible thing, they'll get a transgendered. But you know what I mean? You follow along, right? What I'm saying. So this guy is the king of this. And I love pointing this stuff out. They're so easy to expose that journalists in the United States. By the way, he forgot. So I'm going to show you. He and his Twitter bio, it says journalist at Vox.com. He forgot to add not a journalist. But Twitter bios are not verified, by the way. And why do I say that, Jimmy? Well, because watch this. Khanna went on Fox News to advocate for ending war. That's what I do, too. You know where they don't let you do that? MSNBC and CNN. I've never been invited on MSNBC or CNN to advocate for ending war. I wonder if Khanna has either. I bet not. That's why he's got to go on Fox to talk to the other half of the country to advocate for ending war. And that's what he did. And so this guy says, I'm not sure why any Democrat would validate Laura Ingram's show by going on it for a friendly interview, but that's what Khanna just did. Boy, you know, boycotting Fox News really worked out great if you're a politician. Just ask Liz Warren. So this is what Khanna said in response to that. Khanna said, please watch the interview. It's about cutting the defense budget and stopping endless wars. I stated my position clearly and consistently. If someone on Fox is willing to talk about cutting the defense budget, why not engage? Doesn't it give you a warm, tingly feeling every time a politician has to hold a journalist's feet to the fucking fire? Isn't that weird? A politician has to straighten out a fucking journalist? And by the way, so this guy says you shouldn't go on Fox News even if you're advocating for ending war. Look what he said about Pete Buttigieg. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? That doesn't hold true for Pete Buttigieg, that Pete Buttigieg could go on Fox News, and he compliments him. He says props to Pete Buttigieg for going on Fox News and routinely speaking truth to people who aren't used to hearing it. Well, what the fuck do you think he was doing? You think they have a lot of people talking about cutting the budget, defense budget, and ending wars on any national news? That's what he was doing. But it's okay because Pete Buttigieg was doing it, right? Right? So that's what I mean. You get read what Blinken did. This is what Dave Dayen. So Blinken is the new is he the chief of staff, right? For Joe Biden is appointing this guy Blinken. Antony Blinken. Read what Blinken did in between the Obama and Biden administrations, getting rich working for corporate clients at a pop-up strategic consultancy, right?
Next Secretary of State.
Not Chief of Staff, Secretary of State. Blinken. Antony Blinken. And so Dave Dayen correctly calls it out, what this guy's been doing. And here's what our pal Aaron said. Blinken participated in society, the horror. So this is what's called a guard dog of the establishment. So this is not a journalist. He's not an attack dog of the establishment. He's a guard dog of the establishment. That's what this is. He should put that in his Twitter bio. journalist at Vox.com, and guard dog of the establishment, because that's what that is. Here's what Ben Norton says. Biden's Secretary of State nominee is now official. Liberal war hawk Tony Blinken, Anthony. He supported the 2011 war that destroyed Libya and unleashed slave markets. He defended Israel's massacre in Gaza. He started a catastrophic war on Yemen. He is a neoliberal at a private equity firm. He just participated in society. I mean, come on, folks. It's impossible to be perfect. Sometimes you get groceries from a big chain. Sometimes it's hard to avoid Amazon. Sometimes you start a war on defenseless brown people. Come on. Just out participating in life. It's participating in life. Here he goes again, congratulating Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is great on Fox News, too, because that's because he uses his appearances to speak truth to people who aren't used to hearing it. That's not what this was. He's saying that to... Pete Buttigieg is known for his honesty. For anybody who doesn't realize Iowa is a place. Glad to know that saying the Pentagon budget should be cut is not speaking truth to power. Do you see? I mean, this, why not just go to work for a public relations firm and then get hired by the Democratic Party? Why pretend you're a journalist? I guess because it pays well. That's why. It pays well. Bernie Sanders is going on the white nationalist network to talk about the economy and jobs. So anybody he doesn't like who goes on Fox is a nationalist, is a whatever. The worst thing in the world.
Didn't Barack Obama go on with Bill O'Reilly?
Of course he did. Of course he did. And Hillary Clinton and I all go on Fox News. Everybody goes on Fox News. This is just a bullshit thing to attack his enemies because he doesn't have any good ones. Because that's why he works at Vox. If you're a good writer, you don't work at fucking Vox. For Christ's sake. You're a willing propagandist. You work at Vox or the Daily Beast. That's awesome, though, right?
Yes.
It'd take a team of psychiatrists to figure out what's wrong with this guy. It's probably just as simple as, he's just your classic fucking pay me money out, Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.